just realized I didn't post my story at all today, and I have to do a little bit just to have a record of the day. But then I gotta go to bed. It's bedtime here. I'll just get a bit of water here, because I should always have water. So, what happened this morning? That's right, I woke up at like 4 a.m., sort of sweating again, and the house is too hot. And then I slept until like 10:30. And then I checked the stock that... See, yesterday I sold a stock too soon, and then it went up from like $2.60 to $4. And then Charles is like, well, you never know. And then it was back down to less than that. And I was like, oh, I was thinking I should buy it back. And I didn't, but it's up 30% again this morning. And I'm like, oh my God. I could have been making so much money. Anyways, let's see what happened. I think I then just, I don't know, sat at my computer, was trying to go through emails. It was last night that I had that 3-hour call with that girl, right? And that's it. Oh yeah, and then, let me think. I don't know. Charles, I texted him and he said he was going to the store. That was about 1:30, and I thought, okay, maybe I should head over there. And then I got a phone call from a business person about a project I'm working on, and talked to him for like an hour, and then I was like, oh, I guess I should get going. So I didn't really get going until like 3:30, and then Charles said he was getting food at Hong Kong Express, and he said check the menu, and then I checked the menu, but I was like, you know what, I'll just eat when I get there, or I'll find something when I get there. And I walked over pretty fast. I'm sort of jogging over. It gets there in half an hour. And yesterday when I jogged over, when I was listening to the Tim Ferriss podcast, he was interviewing a guy who sounded older, and he had just recently become a professor, and he was saying that, and Tim was like, why did you become a professor on top of like researcher and all this other stuff you're doing? And he's like, well, it's just invigorating. It's fun to talk to the students. I learn more from them than I teach them. And, they teach me about Clubhouse and whether I should go on Discord and all of this. And it just made me weep. He was also talking about how, you'll all get there when you just want to return home. And he returned home to New Orleans. And Tim Ferriss was saying too, yeah, like he always thought, oh, he could be at home anywhere. But he realized, no, that's not at all true. And he's sort of settled down in Austin, Texas for the past 4 years. So now I realize I've done everything wrong. I should have been settled. I should have been a professor. Oh, God. So then today on the jog, I was thinking, I'm not making that mistake again. And I was just listening to, I guess, the Dave Rubin Show, and then a bit of Ben Shapiro as well. It's politics stuff, and it's kind of like brain candy for me. It just gets my mind off of things. Even though I probably should have been listening to a YouTube advice show or something. Anyways, got there, sat with him for a little bit, and everything I said I was going to do, I'm going to teach a class. Why? What are you going to... Charles is like, what are you going to teach a class on? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm going to start a Facebook group. Why would you do that? And I'm like, well, the girl I talked to last night, she's going to, why would you pay for that? So he's trying to shoot down everything. But I said, I'm not going to let you kill my dreams when we were leaving the office. And he's like, this is why I want you to, just come to me and be like, look, I made... Because I was saying, I'm going to make $1 billion. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, you don't kill my dreams. And then he's like, surprise me. I said, okay, the end of the month, I'm going to come to you with $100 million. And I'll say, look at this. And he'll be like, good. So then I walked home, and I joined my parents for dinner. Was it last night that I had a bit of the stew? I don't even remember anymore. No, I made a little plate with the rice left over from my shawarma plate and stuff, and her stew and all this stuff. And then my mom's like, and what's happening in your day today? And I'm like, well... I got a little voice gig that I got to do, and then, I got to do Giannis's copywriting, because she was like, how's the podcast and all that, and I'm like, I got to do the podcast, writing for him, and I've got to, I've got to arrange one of the kids who auditioned for this project, that I've got to get him the voice gig, and she's like, are you going to upload the art thing? If you don't, just give it to me, I'll do. I'm like, right, I got to upload the art video, and she's like, you got a lot to do today. So then I came downstairs around 7:30, but then this app, there was like another speed dating event, so it's like, and that was at 9. I'm like, okay, so started doing those, but then my dad came in. What did he want? He's like, are you taking out the garbage? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, when? I'm like, well, before I go to bed, isn't it, like, when does that be done? Like, by tomorrow morning? He's like, yeah, I just don't want you to forget. I'm like, I'll do it. And then he's like, why is the fire alarm detector there, the smoke detector? I'm like, I took it off the ceiling because it was beeping. He's like, I got a battery. So then we got a battery, and then we're putting that together, and so I missed a couple of the speed dating dates. I'm like, maybe those were my true loves. Oh. and then yeah, Charlotte messaged me around 9. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to bed soon. Then she messaged like it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just in the kitchen getting a drink. I just got some aloe juice because I stopped at the dollar store and got some on my way back, and I also got some orange juice and some Gatorade. I drank those earlier, and then and now it's 10:40. I had cereal and a couple of bagels with cheese as well. So now it's time for bed. But let's look at last night's answers. This is from last night. Kiki said procrastinate, wrote my essay. So those are probably two things, which is good. So procrastination, I'm hearing all these gurus say it's just the worst thing. Just don't do it. Just get things done. So I'm glad you wrote your essay. And that's it. That's all that responded last night, which is fine. I always try to think of like a new question, like, oh, like what's something, but I'm like, you know what, I don't mind asking you what you guys did today, because, I wish somebody would ask me what I did today. Well, my mom did. But okay, somebody who isn't going to criticize what I did today. How about that? Anyways, so yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna get up early hopefully and just blast through things. I'm gonna just really, really, do things that are gonna move the needle, change the world, all of this stuff. Because yeah, time keeps slipping away. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I just got. Oh yeah, because the girl last night she emailed like the summary of the thing, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do your celebrity status challenge or whatever. That's gonna be my thing." And she's like, "You made $1 million, and you're gonna do it again, and this time you're gonna keep it." So I'm like, "Okay, so that's what's gonna happen." I'm excited. I'll see you tomorrow. But first, what did you do today?